morning. So today I'm going to be talking about the movie Almost Famous, a movie from 2000 about a 15-year-old aspiring music journalist who takes an assignment traveling the country with an up-and-coming band in 1973. So first things first, I want to say this movie has an absolutely stacked cast. You've got Kate Hudson, Zooey Deschanel, Philip Seymour Hoffman, and that doesn't even begin to scratch the surface of how many awesome people are in this movie. So I really liked that. Now, visually, I think this movie is really interesting because I think the fashion is great. It's very of the time, I feel. But I also feel like, and this might be controversial, I feel like this movie could have gone a little bit farther in like the cinematography department. I think I would have really loved to see them kind of tweak the lighting and color grading to make it almost a little bit hazy and dreamlike to really truly capture the essence of the 70s. Because it very much gives off a 2000s movie, which it is, but it looks too much like a 2000s movie. It doesn't really stick in to like that 70s aesthetic, and I really think that could have like elevated the movie just a little bit more. So story-wise, I do think this movie is special to so many people because it does a really good job of capturing that feeling of when you're young and the world is so big and vast and you're beginning to experience everything, along with that like classic nostalgia feeling of going on like a road trip. I think that the feelings of nostalgia are really what make this movie so special for people, because you see people who, especially people who lived a life before like the digital world really took over. It seems like everything was so real and you were able to feel and touch everything, and the truth was kind of just what was like right in front of you. And I think for that, that's why so many people connected with this movie, because you didn't have to question reality back then, kind of like you do now. So I think I didn't necessarily connect with it just because I'm a little bit older now, but I do feel that if I had watched this movie when I was younger, and this is something I said when I talked about Repo, the Genetic Opera, if I had watched this movie when I was a little bit younger, I can totally tell that I would have absolutely eaten this movie up. Like, I could just tell. I do think some of the lines in the movie were maybe a little bit cringe, which actually leads me to my next point. So this movie spends a lot of time discussing the idea of cool, like who's cool, who's not cool, who's the enemy, and who's not. And I think this movie shows all of these aspiring rock stars trying to play cool and be cool, but in doing so, they end up losing touch with reality, and something that they complained so much about wanting that realness. And it's just funny to me because that's something that they wanted so badly. I think the thing I liked the most about this movie is our main character of William, who essentially is this kind of seemingly cringy kid that nobody really likes at first. He actually ends up being the most cool and the most real one out of all of them, because he's the one that's able to go on and tell this story, and he's the one who is the most real with the band about how they've treated their fans and the people who brought them up in the first place. So overall, I do want to give the movie a 7 out of 10. I thought it was a cute movie with a really great soundtrack. I liked that. And it had all of these like comedic moments that I really enjoyed. I always have like a special place in my heart for like a good coming of age movie. And it's always interesting to watch them now as an adult, because I do know I might not necessarily connect with it, but I can always tell which ones like younger me would have really loved. And I just know for a fact that younger me would have been so into this movie.